On the show tonight, we'll be catching up with some of the winners of last week's drama festival, also talking dance with some recent success stories there, and the secret history of our streets, a new season out tomorrow. Kicking the show off with Nicky Borda on the music stage.
Take me out tonight, where there's music and there's people and they're young and alive. Driving in your car, oh please don't drop me home, because I haven't got one anymore. Take me out tonight, because I want to see people and I want to see life. Oh, driving in your car, oh please don't drop me home, because it's not my home, it's their home and I'm welcome no more. And if a double-decker bus crashes into us, to die by your side is such a heavenly way to die. And if a 10-ton truck kills the both of us, to die by your side, well, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. Take me out tonight, take me anywhere, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. And in the dark and underpass, I thought, oh God, my chance has come at last. But then a strange fear hit me and I just couldn't last. Take me out tonight, take me anywhere, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Oh, driving in your car, oh please don't drop me home, because it's not my home all alone. Oh, it's not got one. And if a double-decker bus crashes into us, to die by your side, such a heavenly way to die. And if a 10-ton truck kills the both of us, to die by your side, well, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. Well, there is a light that never goes out. 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 There is a light that never goes out.
Thank you, Nicky, and welcome back to the Hub. Been a while.
Once again, and yes, it has been a while.
Yep.
A little bit.
What have you been up to? Keeping busy, I hear.
Keeping busy, doing gigs, doing things like such as the Back to the Classics. Have recently been advertised to.
That's going to be big, 29th of
May.
Yes, 29th of May.
Yeah.
The 4th edition, I think.
Yes, it's the 4th edition and my debut. It's going to be exciting.
Good. I went last year and it was such a good night. I've already got my tickets for this year, so looking forward to seeing you there. And I hear you're a member of not one, but I don't know, a few bands in Gib?
I think I've lost track at this point. Yeah, as a bass player, I've been asked to do a lot of work for people, be in bands for bass players, because there's not enough in Gib.
Yeah.
You need to get more bass players. Need to get more, but yeah.
But if we got more, then you'd be out of a few of those bands.
Ah, well. keeps me entertained.
Yeah.
Doing all this work, but I love it.
No, definitely. It's what you love to do.
Exactly.
And yeah, really enjoyed that rendition of the Smiths and a bit of Spandau Ballet here later on in the show, yes?
Bit of gold.
Nice one, looking forward to that. Thank you, Nicky.
Brilliant.
Welcome to the Hub, and it's a real action-packed one tonight as we speak to a couple of the winners of last week's really successful drama festival, including Best Director Natalie Bonavia and also Isabella, who won the Best Youth Actress. Also, it's always a pleasure to speak to Dr. Richard Garcia, and he'll be on the sofa ahead of the first episode of Season 2 of The Secret History of Our Streets, which is on tomorrow. And right now, well, I think it's no secret, we regularly punch above our weight as a nation when it comes to dance. Two brilliant examples right here on the sofa tonight. Welcome, Lewis Llamas and Caitlin Rodriguez.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
And first and foremost, I think a big congratulations is in order because the Sussex, well, I mean, let's cast our mind back to 2025 when young Lewis won the Best Dancer and the Sussex Award.
I won the Best Dancer, and basically this year I had to go because no other person could go, you know what I mean?
Oh, right, okay.
So I went, it was lovely to go, it was really nice.
You went to the Sussex Festival, and not only did you go there, you did so well. You won a gold for your contemporary solo, and a silver for lyrical solo, and a silver for jazz solo as well, which is pretty good going. Mm-hmm. How does that sound? How did that feel when your name was called?
Yeah, it was very nice. Having my name called again. I've had a really good year, to be honest.
He's been very busy.
Ever since MO last year, winning the Best Dancer, then Dance World Cup, a silver medal, IDO World Champion. Then I went to Boston 24/7, and
MO Best Male.
And then MO Best Male again.
Yeah.
It's
and then
been
he just come back from Sussex.
a really good year.
We competed in Global as well, and he got the highest score of the whole competition.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
You have a very proud choreographer here,
Yeah.
who, Caitlin, who is very young yourself, but you're basically teaching now.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, we'll get into your story because your story is quite cool as well, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But the Sussex Festival, so is that kind of like just loads of dancers from across the UK competing there?
Yeah, basically it's Sussex, so mostly people from Sussex.
Yeah.
But I think people from all around UK go as well, and they exchange a Gibraltarian dancer to go there every year and a Sussex dancer to come to Gib every year, and it's really nice friendship.
Nice. Are you, I don't know if you'll have the history in this, but you're the first Gibraltarian dancer to win a gold there?
I'm not sure.
Not quite sure. I think there has been before, but it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. And Caitlin, you choreographed his pieces.
Yeah.
Just looking at some of the photos.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, tell us about the contemporary solo, for example, that won the gold.
Yeah. So actually, I knew that I wanted to challenge Lewis this year because last year was actually his first year ever competing in a contemporary solo. So I said this year we had to up our game even more. And as I was listening to songs, I heard this song and I was like, ooh, this is interesting. And I played it and he liked it. And I knew it was going to be a challenge. But he definitely rose to that challenge, and everyone has complimented this solo because it's just so different. Very strong, which Lewis isn't very used to. But he did it, and it's going good.
Yeah, so would you say out of your comfort zone then, maybe with this one, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think the one that she did for me last year was even more out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because having never done contemporary at all before, to going to do a contemporary solo was a bit like challenging and like out of my comfort zone.
See, but I guess when you're out of your comfort zone and you're challenged is when you
improve.
You thrive. Yeah, exactly. You improve.
Yeah.
So were you expecting to go to this festival and come away with a golden contemporary solo?
Not really, no.
I think he was just taking it as an experience, and then
Yeah.
that was just a bonus.
What was your, because I don't think you went with him. No, Caitlin,
No, I didn't.
What was your reaction when you found out that he'd won?
Well, I was teaching. And his dad tried to call me. I was like, oh my gosh, his dad's calling me. And then I went on my phone and it was like, Lewis gold with 98 marks. And I was like, what?
My goodness.
I was like, oh my gosh. But no, I'm so proud of him always. And like I said, this season has just been amazing for him. So.
See. And I mean, it must be a really good feeling. It'd be interesting to compare, because I mean, you've done really good stuff in dancing yourself.
Yeah.
How does it compare achieving what you achieved as a performer, as a dancer, and achieving now what you're achieving as a choreographer?
Oh, I think I get more nervous as a
Yeah?
choreographer. Yeah. I'm the worst backstage when it comes to them. Like I cannot watch. I'm so scared
Really?
because I feel like when I'm dancing, I'm in control, right? But when I put them on stage, then it's like
Yes, she gets
I
very
just have
nervous.
to,
Yeah.
At some
but-
points, she's like, I cannot look.
Yeah,
I cannot look.
look. And then I was like to my partner Louise, I'm like, did he nail it? And she's like, yes, watch. I was like, okay, I'm watching.
Oh, brilliant.
But no, yeah, I'm very proud of them.
Brilliant. I mean, Caitlin, tell us a bit about your story, because I think you were just 13 years old when you left Gibraltar to Canada?
Yeah, so I've been dancing for many years, but I was actually 13 years old when I decided to leave Gibraltar and go further my dancing career in Canada. I trained there for 4 years, and then once COVID hit, I had to come home, and the COVID situation was very bad in Canada, so I ended up auditioning for one of the top schools in Los Angeles, America, and I got in, so I went to study there for a year and a half. And then once I completed that program, which was an industry program, so it just taught me all about the industry and getting dancers to the industry and preparing them, I decided to come back to Gibraltar. And actually a year ago today, I opened the doors to my dance school, the Dance Collective here in Gibraltar. So,
Nice. Happy
yeah,
anniversary.
Thank you. And it's just been a crazy journey this year, but I'm so proud of each and every one of my dancers. Like,
Yeah.
it's been amazing.
How many dancers make up the Dance Collective?
Oof. Well, we actually
Roughly.
have 2 locations. So
yes.
we have the Dance Collective Marbella and the Dance Collective Gibraltar. So our competition team this year is 26, mixed of
Yeah.
both Marbella and Gibraltar.
And this is you're teaching them basically all that you experienced in Canada and LA.
Yeah, exactly. That was my main goal. Opening this school was to bring like an experience that I had to leave Gibraltar to get to just here in like their homeland, you know, and just bring in everything that I learned over there here. Something different, something fresh. And that's what I've
And you're
been
just
working
21 years of age and you've got all this experience and you're teaching. It's incredible, really.
No.
In Canada, I mean, just for example, I mean, we can talk about LA as well. We won't go into the nitty-gritty too much, but just like for anyone who's wondering at home, how was that experience in Canada? 4 years there?
Yeah.
Was it really intense?
There
Cold, I
was-
imagine?
Yeah, I mean, there was some hard days and some good days, you know, like I was very young. So obviously I was homesick, missed my
Yeah.
parents. I had to like kind of juggle life on my own and just figure it out for myself, you know. And also like I was thrown in the deep end, like learning all these like different styles that really like I never did in Jib, you know, like hip hop, tap, ballroom,
Oh, wow.
acrobatics, like lyrical, contemporary. I did it all over there. I was training like 12 hours a day. I was homeschooled over there as well. So yeah, it's been a journey to say the least.
I mean, and taking that step at the age of 13, that must have been so daunting, no?
Yeah, I was a very fearless child.
Yeah, no, it certainly sounds that way. Yeah,
Yeah, and also I had the most supportive parents as well,
Yeah.
so that helped.
yeah, it definitely does. And Lewis, 16 years of age yourself, as we mentioned before.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do like you say, you've had an incredible year. You're clearly a brilliant dancer. What is very much the sky is the limit? I don't know, what are your dreams and your ambitions? Big question for a Wednesday evening, I know.
Well, I already have plans for September. I'm going to a dance college in UK. So I'll be there for 2 years getting a diploma.
Okay, so that's been confirmed then. You're going to a
Yeah.
dance college as from September. Nice,
And
congratulations.
then after that, I want to go to the industry, really.
Yeah.
I want to do either like, you know, like backup dancers, like either that or a professional choreographer. The choreographer is like my aim.
Right, okay, so you want
Yeah.
to do a bit like Caitlin and eventually, I don't know, maybe not stop dancing, but focusing more on choreography.
Yeah.
He's very good at music editing as well.
Okay.
He's edited all our music this season, so he's been a great part of our team as well.
Multi-talented. From what you've experienced in Canada and LA, where do you see Lewis?
Oh, his future is bright.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not just because he's talented, but he shows up to class and gives 100% always, and is never afraid to try any of my crazy ideas. He's always willing
Some are
to throw
crazy.
himself. He's always willing to throw himself out there, so that will make him go far for sure.
No, it seems like you've got a really special relationship there, and I'm sure probably Caitlin, you'd obviously be happy to see him go in the sense that he's going to really challenge himself and he's going to benefit his career long term. But you'll be sad to see him go as well when he does go.
He's not actually leaving his stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
He's still going to compete with us for sure.
Okay. Nice. I guess do you take like inspiration as well, not just from Caitlin, who's done incredibly in her career, but from other big names, big local names. I mean, we were chatting before. We got Simon Boland's brother here, Nicky.
Yeah.
Who's achieving all sorts of great stuff with his on the West End, and recently there was Gino Scello as well, who got the role of the Karate Kid. Which do you see that? So you've got Nicole Valverde doing great things as well. Do you see that and think, you know what, this is maybe what I aspire to one day?
Yeah, it's so inspiring. Like, Gib's like a really small place, and the talent in the like performing arts is quite big for the small place we have.
Yeah.
So it's really amazing to look at. Yeah.
Well, it's been great to chat to both of you this evening, definitely. Lewis, a huge good luck with your future.
Thank you.
It really seems like, who knows, we could be speaking about you in the same breath as the likes of Nicole Valverde, Simon Anstey and stuff in a couple of years' time. Who knows, fingers crossed. And Caitlin, I mean, you're just 21 yourself, but you clearly have loads of experience. So best of luck with the dance collective.
Thank you so much.
Well, we have to say a huge thank you to the Horticultural Society, who continue to do fantastic work around Gibraltar, and in particular outside our premises here at GBC in recent weeks. Spring is most definitely here.
Today we are finishing up second planter in GBC, and we've got this lovely group of guys who are helping us, and they're doing a great job planting the flowers. And this is another of our community projects that we try to do in our community.
We're here trying something new, planting plants, which is going to be amazing. We're going to make it beautiful.
It's quite fun, yes, and it's good for the environment as well because it's green.
I like gardening, I like helping the community around, especially caring for plants, not only about people. And I like caring for plants around because they also live lives.
Yeah, thank you very much. Looks really great out there. Coming up after the break, Dr. Richard Garcia is here. I'm sure he's going to be fascinating as always ahead of a new season of The Secret History of Our Streets. See you in a couple. Welcome back to the Hub, and welcome to Richard Garcia now, who I've been calling Dr. Richard Garcia, but you've just told me that...
I do not have a doctorate, no. My two brothers do, but I never chose the route of academe. I went in for other things instead.
Fair enough. So I've bestowed an honorary doctorate on you this evening.
Awfully kind of you.
Now, The Secret History of Our Street Season 2 is out tomorrow. I know plenty of people will be really looking forward to this because Season 1, I mean, we learned a lot. I think that's probably an understatement, but we learned a lot.
Yep. And Season 0, because it was started off with Irish Town, and then the second series was the main street.
Yes.
And now the net is being spread a little bit further. So I'm looking at Governor's Street, that sort of area. And then above that, the Prince Edward's Road area, the Upper Town, much neglected Upper Town. So that's the sort of area that I'll be looking at after, first of all, looking at how our streets are named and things about the naming of streets.
Right. Now, this is probably quite an open-ended question, and it's probably a stupid one as well. But how do you know so much about Gibraltar?
Well, for the last 45 years, I've been dipping in and out of the Gibraltar National Archives. So I think I know the place really quite well. And obviously, when you're researching something, and I've written many books, so researching one particular aspect, you suddenly find all these wonderful rabbit holes down which it is a pleasure to fall in and explore. So tangentially to whatever I'm doing at the time, I start to notice lots of things. And the secret, of course, is to try and remember where you've seen things so you can come back to them when you need to do so.
I remember season 1 again, and you mentioned Irish Town and Main Street. I remember the episode about the Caleta. That was really fascinating. I mean, tell us a little bit more about because there was the 18th century. It was something like I'm trying to rack my brain for the exact bit of knowledge that you imparted on us there. But for the bit I'm talking about in particular was when you mentioned the Mamela, the rock on the far end of Catlin Bay.
Yes.
And that had come down due to, what was it, like a hurricane or something you mentioned?
No, it wasn't a hurricane. It was just a very bad storm. A bit like this last winter that we've had. We've had these terrific storms. And the sad thing about it, of course, was that you had Napoleonic troops which were invading the hinterland. And people from San Roque were terrified of the French troops and came to Gibraltar to try and shelter here. And of course, they weren't allowed into town, because to go into the town of Gibraltar, the city, you needed a permit. But they could shelter round Catlin Bay. So a number of them set up in tents round there. And then the storm came, dislodged this huge rock, the Mamela, and it came down and crushed tents and killed an awful lot of people. And it was awfully sad that they'd come here to save their lives, and in fact, they found death.
It's terrible, isn't it? I mean, when you put it like that, it's something which I hadn't never heard about until I heard you say it in that episode. I thought, how did I not know about this? And what was that, the 1800s?
This is the early 1800s.
Yeah. And it's things like this that you're constantly learning. I mean, this is probably something that you knew about for a long time, obviously. But what I'm trying to get at is for the start of season 2, which is out tomorrow. You're constantly learning new things as well, or is this a lot of things that you knew already?
Well, I always find new stuff as I go along, researching and checking on my references, and there's always other things coming out, and you never stop learning.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it, in a way. So what for me is the most complicated, of course, is to pull together all these disparate gems of information, these nuggets, and put them in a form which sounds logically and which flows and which tells a story. So my challenge is to produce a script that's going to come across in a way that people will be able to appreciate and follow. And the challenge of Luis Ruiz and the technical team and the photographic side is to get the images to match. So I will choose the locations.
Yeah.
And then Luis will say, right, we're going to do it from this angle, we're going to do it like that. And so we work together. We've been doing this now for quite a number of years. So, so he knows my particular foibles. I know the way that he likes to work. So it produces, I think, a reasonably good combination.
Yeah, it does. We've got a little clip, actually, of what we can expect in season 2.
In the 1700s, what mattered to the military was the location of the quarters for the officers and the soldiers. So it didn't matter that this was Queen Street and later Town Range. What mattered was that this was officers' quarter number 1. And this was officers' quarters number 16. And you can see that the door was converted into a window. The only thing about the civilians that was of interest to the military were the taverns. And that was because drinking was more or less the only recreational activity available to the ordinary soldiers. The taverns had painted signs with the name of the tavern hanging outside the houses, the public houses. And they had names such as the Fighting Cocks, the King's Arms, the Lost Lambs, and so on.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be fascinating, similar to season 1.
Well, the proof is the pudding is in the eating, and it's not for me to say, it's for others to say whether or not it comes up to scratch.
How does it compare? Because I know you've written numerous books about Gibraltar's history. How does it compare when it comes to writing and being an author compared to being a presenter, I suppose, an historian on the television screen?
Well, it's very different, because obviously a book is something on a particular family or on a particular organization, such as the Fire and Rescue Service, or a company like Sakona Speed, or Jibanco. So it's a very different sort of thing.
Yeah.
I've written now over 20 books, so it's quite a number, and I've got another one coming out in November this year, which will be on World War II, but telling the civilian story of World War II in Gibraltar, the bits that haven't been mentioned in the past. So what happened before the evacuation?
Yeah.
And what happened to the men who stayed behind? So I like to ask the questions and then delve around and find answers which perhaps are not what one expects.
Yeah. What would you say is your favourite period of Gibraltarian history?
I found the 18th century very interesting. It's from the taking of Gibraltar in 1704 through to the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. The first 100. It's really what cemented Gibraltar, how Gibraltar came into being as the city and the population that we know today, and what the challenges were and how those challenges were overcome.
Is there a favourite? I know it's a difficult one because you probably have so much knowledge it might be difficult to pinpoint one, but I was going to ask for like a favourite anecdote about Gibraltar, something that, I don't know, that just really interesting and even caught your surprise, I suppose, when you were doing research.
Well, I'll tell you one from my new book that's coming out on the World War II, and that was when the ARP shelters were prepared at the beginning of the war, and when they came into use, it suddenly transpired that people would go into the shelters with chairs, beach chairs, and possessions, and bag their space.
Okay.
So it was a bit like sort of Camp Bay.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
El Quarry, but Mark II. So this was sort of the origin of the Quarry fever, of trying to sort of secure a particular place as the place for that particular family group.
Yeah.
I thought that was extremely funny.
A tradition which has passed down the generations, no?
Yes, yes.
So the new season starts tomorrow, 8 p.m. the start time. Mention some of the areas of Gibraltar that we're going to be focusing on this season.
Well, the first episode looks very much at the question of streets and names of streets, looking at the Spanish period, then the early British period, and looking at how there's been an evolution in the way that streets are named, both in English and in Spanish.
Yeah.
And what the need for naming streets was at different times. We saw part of that in the clip a little earlier on. So that's what the first episode is going to cover.
Okay.
The second episode is going to look at the area between the theatres, Cooper's Theatre and the Theatre Royal. And then I start to look at Prince Edward's Road, and there was a death sentence passed on an intruder in Prince Edward's Road, but you've got to wait till the episode to find out who the intruder was.
We don't want to give any spoilers, definitely.
Well, you've got to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course. And then I move a little further to the north to the Upper Town and examine that and the curious traditions that used to be round Willis's Road.
Okay, looking forward to that. What's the oldest street name? Is that, or the oldest street name that you know, like going back how many years?
The oldest street name really is one that everybody knows, and that's Calle Real.
Calle Real.
And that's because where the cathedral belfry is today, is the original belfry used to be in the middle of the road. And on the outside of that bell tower was the Spanish royal coat of arms. So it was the Calle Real because it had the royal coat of arms, and people would come up the street and would see the Spanish royal coat of arms emblazoned on the church tower.
Has there ever been like a Gibraltar-based pub quiz before? And if there has, every person would have tried to get you in their team, surely.
Well, I'm not sure that that's been tried yet, but it's up to others to determine whether they want to do that.
Maybe you could be a quizmaster of this Gibraltar-based pub quiz, maybe.
Possibly.
But it must be good as well, because look, Gibraltar, it's a very tight-knit community, and we love the place where we live, and I think generally most of us want to know more about it in terms of its history, heritage, culture. So I think programs like this are really well received. You must feel that, no? When a program like this is on and you go downtown?
No, indeed. A lot of people do sort of comment on it very favourably and do come up and say that they enjoyed it, which, of course, is very heartening, because I see what I do very much as providing a service to the community. Because if I have all this information, what's the point of my knowing it if I don't share it?
Yeah.
So
that's a good attitude to have.
There are some people who seem to like to hoard information.
We won't name names, right?
I prefer, if I know something that's going to be of interest to others, well, share it.
For sure.
And put it out there so we can appreciate and really enjoy knowing more about who we are, where we've come from, and that helps us to know where we're going.
Definitely, yeah. How many hours would you say you have to spend in the archives for something like this?
Oh, too many.
Too many, yes. And what is it, an 8-episode season?
It is 8 episodes, but only the first 4 are going to be shown now. The other 4, which will explore the South District, will be later on in the year. And I'm hoping that on the back of this, possibly some of my pleas may be heard. Things like, we've got too many streets in Gibraltar where the street name doesn't appear.
Right, okay, so you want more street name signs,
more street name signage, yeah.
Yeah, that would help, I think.
I think it would.
Yeah, well, now's your time. I presume you probably made this appeal before, but now as good a time as ever to make that appeal even louder, I guess.
Indeed.
There we go. Richard Garcia, thank you so much for joining us on the Hub tonight. I mean, just a fountain of knowledge when it comes to Gibraltar, and probably about more than just Gibraltar. And I imagine your knowledge extends elsewhere as well, no, I suppose?
Well, in a few limited areas.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. We'll try and get that Gibraltar pub quiz sorted one day.
Sounds interesting.
I was going to call you Dr. Richard Garcia again there, but Mr. Richard Garcia, thank you so much for joining us. And I really look forward to seeing the new season, Secret History of Our Streets, first episode out tomorrow on GBC Television at 8 o'clock.
Indeed.
Really good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Join us after the break when Natalie Bonavia and Isabella will be here to talk about their success in last week's drama festival. Welcome back to the Hub, and welcome to Natalie and Isabella now.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
And a big congratulations, last week's success in the drama
Thank
festival.
you very much.
Best director and best youth actress.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, first and foremost, before we get into your play and the play that won those awards in particular, the drama festival, another roaring success, not this year?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's just fantastic. The amount of youth groups and youth performances we had this year was astounding, and I think that's the best part of the drama festival. It's really nice seeing all the theatre community come together and just celebrate the talent we have in Gibraltar, because we have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
We do, we certainly do. And I was speaking to David Price, the adjudicator, because he came in on Gibraltar today last week, so we had a little chat, really nice guy from Wales. And he was saying, and he was saying, look, I'm not just saying this, but he's saying he's got loads of experience kind of going to festivals around the UK, and this, for a place of our size, he was just really impressed by. And I think that came across, with his feedback and comments.
Yes, yes. And he was a really lovely adjudicator. He was really welcoming. He didn't put anyone down, which was really lovely. I've been in past drama festivals where the adjudicator may be a little bit harsh.
Right.
Especially with a lot of youth actors and young actors taking part.
Yeah. Well, the feedback he gave, I think, was very constructive, and I think, especially when we got the education on the day that we first performed, and then when we found out that we were going to gala, we really took that on board, and I think everyone not just our play, but like the other play as well, like, you know, took that advice and tried to run with it as much as possible.
Yeah, I think that's good to see. So constructive criticism, especially with the youth, try and build them up.
Yeah,
really
exactly. We
age.
take as much as we can.
Yeah.
We're always growing and always trying to thrive and do better.
So you'll play one of two plays. I know there was Gampa Infants, the one which won, well, best play as well as best director, best youth actress. Gampa Seniors, 100 Words for Snow. So firstly, let's go to when that was announced that was going to be one of the ones on Gala Night, which I can imagine would have been very well received, some cheers in the crowd.
Yes, it's always a nerve-wracking evening. It's always so basically we need to watch plays perform, and then the adjudicator gives his adjudication, and then at the end of the adjudication, that's when we find out who goes into the gala night. And that's always the most, the most nerve-wracking night in the whole drama festival. But we were ecstatic, especially finding out that it was two, because it was us and it was also Theatre Makers Play.
Yeah.
So 2 youth productions going into the gala, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you take his comments on board, and
as much as
I don't know. I guess it's a fast turnover to make huge changes onto Friday, no?
So so for example, he asked about something about my sound and if something could be implemented in my sound, and that was easy enough that I could quickly on the day kind of adjust the sound and do that. But then other comments he's given me, I can now kind of consider it, and if we're to put it on again, I'll take that into consideration and see how I can fit that in.
So 100 Words for Snow, a play written by Tati Hennessy. I mean, tell us a little bit about about the plot with...
Okay, well, it's about a 15-year-old girl named... 15-year-old girl named Rory, whose father passes away. This was Rory.
Isabella performed Rory,
Yes.
okay.
And basically she wants to fulfill his lifelong wish of going to the North Pole and decides to do this by taking his ashes and hoping to scatter his ashes in the North Pole. And through that she goes...
Herself.
By herself.
So she runs away.
So she goes on a journey. It's like a coming-of-age story where she goes on this journey and kind of discovers herself through this journey, and then eventually, hopefully, scattering her dad's ashes.
And through the mourning of her father as well, I guess.
Yeah.
So
It's all about grief. It's about childhood. It's about familial relationships. It's a really lovely story, which I think a lot of people can connect to.
And how do you go about directing a play like that with all those themes?
Well, actually, the play itself is a monologue. It's a 90-minute monologue. So originally, it was actually just one woman on stage performing the whole show.
Oh, wow.
And I was reading it because I also do tutoring at Gampa, and I was reading it actually to find monologues. And I read the whole play, and I just fell in love with it because of the themes that there are, and I just envisioned it being
an ensemble piece.
So having a lot of people on stage and using a lot of technical elements and physical theatre, so using like your bodies to express the different themes.
Yeah.
So essentially you read the play and you thought, I'm going to give this my own personal twist.
Yeah, exactly.
And what did David Price say about that?
Yeah, that's so one of the things he comments on is like your adaptation of the story. And he said that he was, I don't say astounded, but he was by the fact that I took this 90-minute one-woman show and condensed it in 55 minutes and twisted it so we could have other characters and have such a big ensemble.
Yeah.
We were about 20?
20.
Yeah, our main cast was about 12, and then
we had extended
cast and stage hands as well.
And how was it playing Rory?
It was, of course, it was originally a monologue, so there were a lot of lines to learn, but I think when, in that process of learning those lines, and there were so many, it was, I had to like reflect on her story and try to adapt to it as much as possible and try to connect with the audience as well. I would just say, yeah.
Would you say one of the most challenging roles you've ever had to play? Yeah,
100%. I mean, the character herself, she has so much layers to her, like her story in itself. So I just wanted to do it justice.
And she didn't leave the stage the whole time. She was on stage for 55 minutes.
No way, so the whole play you're on stage the whole time.
Challenging. But I loved it, to be honest. Yeah.
An emotional roller coaster, it sounds like.
Definitely. You have to really like become the character. You hear a lot of people say it, but it's seriously like you just have to get in that mindset and just do it. And yeah, once it was done, it was, well, whilst performing, it was, you know, there's so much work that goes into drama festivals, not just cast, but directors and everyone really, culture. And so finally getting the opportunity to, okay, show everyone all the hard work that you've put in and show everyone what that hard work can, you know, reflect on a stage as, was great.
Yeah, and she created a character that the audience could relate to and could connect to, which is essentially what we wanted out of this performance.
So you could really empathise with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it difficult to, like, I don't know, switch off when you go home after a performance like that?
I don't want to say no, but that's a difficult question, actually. I think it's just once you're on the stage and you have the lights and you have your ensemble and you're just like, you get in that mindset of, okay, this is the character, I am the character.
Yeah.
And then once it's done, you just try to shut off as much as possible, because it's you have to know how to different, and that's the challenge with acting, I guess. You have to try and with every character that you play, you have to be that character. You can't just like be the same. You have to learn like the physicalities of what you're trying to portray in the character, and everything kind of just like works together to try and create a whole new person. So yeah.
You must have been really proud of her, no, as a director and as a tutor. How long have you been her tutor?
2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen her, I don't know, grow as an actress?
Yes. Well, she is someone who is incredibly intelligent, works extremely hard, and I read this play and I knew like she would be my Rory, and she did a fantastic job at it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did.
And you also had a part to play in this play yourself, no? You were Rory's
I was her mum. Yes.
Is that a big role?
No, it's a very small role, but it's a very crucial role, because one of the main themes is familial relationships, and it's particularly with the relationship with her mum, because at first they're very estranged and they don't speak to each other, and there's a kind of tension between them when the father dies, and it kind of all comes together at the end, and Rory realizes that she needs her family and she needs people to share her grief with, and that's how it kind of ends.
It's a lovely, it's a beautiful storyline.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
I've got chills thinking about it again.
Does it? If I'm thinking yourself as a director of the play, and kind of, I know you're saying, obviously not there for the whole time or whatever, as an actress yourself within the play, but I don't know, enough of a time where you kind of remove yourself from the backstage element and from seeing it all play out. How does that process work?
This is my first time directing and acting at the same time. So at the beginning, I found that really difficult, because there would be maybe when we rehearsal scenes where I would have to be in, but I also wanted to watch, because I needed to see how it was. So at the beginning, I found it a bit strange, but then as we moved on in the process and started flowing through the plays and doing run through, I was able to kind of like get into my actor brain and be like, okay, this is my time. Like, I need to think about my character and how she's feeling and what's her objective and why she's doing things. And like the kids would say, like just before I'd go on as mum, I'd like rub my eyes, because mum was always very upset. So I'd rub my eyes to try and like make my eyes red and get in character. And I think like just finding little tricks like that really helped.
Knowing when to switch on and off for different
Exactly.
Do you prefer one or the other, directing or acting?
I'm trained as an actor, but lately I'm preferring directing.
Okay.
And I don't have a lot of time to learn lines.
Fair enough. Well, it's great to have you both on the sofa this evening on the Hub. Best Director, Best Youth Actress. When it was announced that you'd won those 2 awards, what was the feeling then?
Oh, it was just really nice. It was lovely.
Yeah.
It's something that, you know, we've taken part in a lot of drama festivals. Yeah, like both of us. Both of us from young age as well. So it was nice kind of finally being there and seeing what other people have been able to achieve and thinking, oh, we've done or I've done that.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely feeling.
Yeah. Just seeing some images there. Best play as well.
Yes.
And does that mean you're going to the Duncan Rand is in the UK?
No, so Duncan Rand is a different, separate. So MLT, who come from the UK, have their own, but we're not associated with them this time. We're actually maybe going to England to perform in an All Winners festival. Okay. So there's different drama festivals that happen throughout the UK, and kind of all the winners go to this All Winners festival. So we're looking at perhaps going there because we've qualified.
Nice. Best of luck with that. When is that?
Thank you. That's in
July.
end of July, beginning of August.
So it means you have to start rehearsals again.
Yeah, but we need a bit of a break.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice one. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Natalie
thank
and
you.
Isabel. Big congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well, I think it's fair to say Michael Beltran knows his stuff when it comes to film, so let's find out what he thinks we should put on our to-watch list this week.
Hello, and here's what to watch. This week we go back to Super Mario World, the sequel to the hugely successful and popular Super Mario Bros. Movie. In Super Mario Galaxy, Mario ventures into space, exploring cosmic worlds and tackling galactic challenges far from his familiar Mushroom Kingdom. With the voices of Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Brie Larson, and Glenn Powell, it's out this Easter weekend. Here's a taster.
I demand that you release my father.
Over my dead body.
Fine with me.
Your king has returned! Long live the king!
The Bowser name shall be feared once more!
Oh no!
Everyone calm down.
Toad, pack our things.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Oh, princess, you're going to regret that.
That's all for this week, but don't forget to check out our Saturday night movie at 9 p.m. right here on GBC, which this week is the drama The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Until next time, this has been What to Watch.
Thanks, Michael, and a big thank you to all our guests tonight. And of course, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show, and whatever your plans are, I hope you have a really lovely Easter. We're back next week, and Nicky Borda will end the show tonight. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you for coming. I'm sorry that the chairs are worn. I left them here, I could have sworn. These are my Saturdays, slowly being eaten away. It's just another playful today. Oh, but I'm proud of you, but I'm proud of you. Nothing left to make me feel small. Luck has left me standing so tall. Soul, you've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believing that you are gold. I'm glad that you're bound to return. Something I could learn. You're indestructible. Always believing. After the rush has gone, I hope you have a little more time. Remember we were partners in crime. It's only 2 years ago, the man with the suits and the face. Then he was there on the case. Now he's in love with you, he's in love with you. My love is like a high prison wall. You can leave me standing so tall. indestructible. Always believe it. You are gold. I'm glad that you're bound to return. It's something I could learn. You're indestructible. Always believe it.
Nice one, Nicky. Well done.
Thank you.